Is this the part where you're using your elbow?
Yes.
Okay. I was like, yeah, what is that?
What is that thing on my back? Here we go. Exhale. Coming up. Here we go. There you go. Beautiful. Oh, nice toes. You did not do ballet, I can tell. Yeah, because if all the weight was on your toes, they would not move like that. So I notice here you put numbness left side.
Yeah, I don't know if I would call it numbness, but like I was saying on there, when I did a nanny job, like probably about a year ago, my whole left side got like whacked out because the child couldn't walk yet. So he kept getting heavier. I was holding him a lot. And then I got another nanny job on the weekend. It was just holding a lot of kids at one time. And so there was kind of like a pain, I guess you could say. It went like all the way up here.
Right.
And it started getting slowly better because I started like
Not.
taking a step back on like holding them on the same side
Right.
and like workouts and things. But it's still not really here, but like here.
Gotcha.
And then that's when it started to like get like kind of an issue under here in the rib area.
Did you feel that while you were holding the child, or did it only happen like later in the day or at night? Do you know?
It would kind of come and go like as I started doing the job, like a couple months or a
Gotcha.
few months.
It took a while for it to show up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Have you told that to? I was just curious. Have you you've been to a chiropractor? Had you let them know that you were feeling that? They knew about that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I don't know why she didn't really actually adjust me. Like she told me to do some stretching. She like looked at my shoulder. Maybe she thought that I was like in too much pain or something, but she didn't really do much for it.
Well, numbness is the only real cause of numbness, especially at your age, is we have nerve pressure. There's a nerve being squeezed. When you're holding a child, generally your spine's under load. If there's disc injury, the discs can hit the nerves. What we find predominantly happening is that the lower neck discs are aging at a faster rate, predominantly from all our years of school, looking down and phones and life being forwardly rotated. Mm-hmm. The natural curve that our neck should have goes straight, and then like a ladder, all the weight goes right down to our lower neck. Then you hold a child and you're bent forward and you're doing rotation. Mm-hmm. And it's important because the discs in the spine, these cartilaginous discs have no feeling. Mm-hmm. And so it's hard for, I can't just ask how does your cervical discs feel. They don't have any feeling, but when they get injured, they come out of place and they start putting pressure on the nerves. And it's ultimately the foundation for almost every back surgery that's performed is because of disc injury. So it's a serious symptom in terms of like if you told that, I'm curious when you say it to a doctor, I have numbness in my hand, okay, that's something you need to take care of and it's not currently numb, it only happens. Well,
like I said, I'm not really sure if I would call it numbness as much as just it was harder for me to lift.
Right,
like
weakness.
Yeah. Like
there's going to be sensation and strength decrease because the nerve supplies essentially the function of your muscles, and so when the nerve starts to get hit, I drop things, I grip strength, all those sort of things. So my care is focused around that area. The lower neck is predominantly where all the stress is happening. Mm-hmm. We're going to go in and loosen up the upper neck, check how the mobility of your upper back is, and then there's devices called Denerals, which is one's hiding around here, but essentially use this as a device to mold the curve back in your neck.
Okay. If
the curve was in your neck, the sensation that you're describing really isn't possible. Because it means that if there's an arch in your neck, the lower neck isn't under stress, it means the upper neck is working like it should, and you're not going to have a stressed out lower neck.
So you're saying, the arm is from the neck?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yeah, it's nerve pressure. Do you have any sensations in between your shoulder blades? Any discomfort in between?
Yeah, my left one started acting up around the same time. Yeah.
The shoulder blade is what we call referral pain. I mean, it can also be rhomboid muscle. Everybody will get muscles and ribs in here that get inflamed, but more likely that pain in between your shoulder blades in here is what we call referral pain. It's that picture you can see on that wall in the corner. Mm-hmm. The joints in the lower neck will give you pain here. So when the knuckle, which is where the two vertebrae connect to each other, so I'm going to use this a little bigger, where the joints, where the vertebrae slide together, that joint will give you pain along the border of the scapula. At the same time that you're overstressing the joint, you're also overstressing the disc. So they happen together.
Yeah.
There's more likely some disc nerve pressure in the lower neck, and the knuckle, the joint next adjacent to that disc, is also upset. They're the same problem.
Right.
It's an overstressed lower neck that our world doesn't give us any guidance on health care of our spine. That's what I hope to show you today and teach you how to take care of your spine.
Mm-hmm.
It involves, remembering the curve that your neck used to have and restoring mobility. So our skull sits on this round donut called your atlas, and only the top two bones up here got names. Every vertebrae really, we call this C1, C2, C3 to C7. But my point is that the top two actually got names because they are supposed to do most of the work. And you'll see me working on that upper area in a second. And why are you rubbing so much on my upper neck? Because ultimately, if this is working, it's not possible to stress out the lower neck. When there's a curve in the neck, you actually can't rotate. Does that make sense? They all get sort of locked together when there's an arch in your neck. In order to rotate the lower neck and to stress the lower neck, you have to first fan all of the spinuses. If that makes sense. So these models this is called bifid. The spinuses, and actually the top blade of the lower one will actually lock into the bifid part of the spinous above, and that prevents the lower neck from actually turning, whereby the upper neck is the main rotator. And this is what I mean by when we're looking down from a young age, we lose that curve, that unlocks our lower neck, and that allows the disc to be compressed. Again, it's like enamel on your teeth. We start grinding our teeth, and now that the enamel's gone, now we're feeling the sensitivity of the tooth, but that was only because we stressed out the enamel, the disc, in that sense. And so we have early evidence at 30 that the discs are upset. Let's do work to try to move stress off. So have you ever noticed your shoulders uneven? Have you noticed that?
Yeah. I think the one chiropractor mentioned it, or somebody else,
Your left shoulder's high about maybe a half inch, quarter inch. You're sort of tilting. I mean, even rack your arms. Even the way your arms lay on you, because you're tilted, this arm's like closer to your body, and there's like more of a gap here.
Yeah.
Anyway.
And it's funny because I notice now, since all these symptoms, that I want to lean towards my left more.
Yeah, you're essentially like this. You're leaning away from a right injury, and that's part of why you're even pinching the left, is you have an older injury on your right that's made your head tilt away from it, and we can't walk around with our eyes tilted. We drop the shoulder. I'm exaggerating, but this is essentially what's going on. That's why you're pinching this.
Yeah.
Do you understand? Then when you're lifting a child, this is already compressed, and then it doesn't take much more to get it to a point where I'm feeling something in my arm.
Yeah.
But we're going to find in a second, when we're laying on our back, there's an injury, there's something on that right upper part of your neck that's making you avoid it, and that's why you're throwing your work to your left. Any pain when you rotate that way? Go ahead and turn your right. Any pain?
No.
Okay, a little stiff when you turn to the left.
A little stiff, but not like pain.
Okay, look up for me. As far as you can, or just relax your neck. Does it hurt lifting up? Okay.
No.
And then there we go. Cross this arm under, over. All right, take a little sit up for me. I'm gonna help you. Take a deep breath in, and then lay back for me. Exhale. Let all the air out. Take a deep breath in. Head back for me. Exhale. Let it all go. I got you. Beautiful. Deep breath in. One more. Head back. Exhale. Chin down a little bit for me. Chin down. Good. Stand. Very good. You okay?
Yep.
All right. On your side facing me. Very good. And then there we go. Put this arm back a little bit. Look over this shoulder as best you can, and then take a deep breath in, and then exhale for me. Just relax your back. I got you. Other side for me. Good. Breathe in deep. Exhale. Yeah, a little looser on that side. Face up for me. You okay?
Yep.
Find out what happened over here.
I have been using the computer a lot since I was probably 13 or whatever. So I'm sure I have tech issues as well.
It's this knot right here. There's no knot here on the left side. And you got this big bump right there on your right, and you're going to see me poking on it. And this is essentially, you've had an injury where this got injured, and then your head said, okay, I'm just going to tilt my head away from it. We call it antalgia. And we healed in avoidance of this. And then Mr. Smarty Pants here is going to make you go back into it.
Okay.
We got it. We can't heal in avoidance. We've healed crooked in essence, we had an injury and then we healed, and then we have what we call the compensatory injury from not being in the right alignment. We have pains from being crooked. Feel all that?
Yep.
That's
I can
not
feel
supposed to be in there. It's okay. We're going to clean that up for you. I got you real gentle, just real easy. Here we go. Relax. There you go. There you go. Perfect. 80% of your neck is really young and healthy. It just needs to be woken up. You know, you have a couple parts that are just overstressed. Very, very gentle. I got you. Relax right here. Let it go. All right, here we go. Yeah. All right. Neck used to be, there's too much resistance to being here. This is, I'm sure, so nobody's really talked to you about curved perhaps? Nobody's...
I mean, other than videos like yours on TikTok.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's really the reason I exist. I know hope it comes out your ears by the time you leave here. Yeah, I get it, curve, I got it. Because it's pretty much why I'm here. If your neck had a curve in it, nobody'd be in my office. That there really wouldn't be pressure points. There wouldn't be discs or joints that are under extra stress. It's the alignment has to become incorrect first, and then we have stress, and then we live our life in the wrong alignment that then perpetuates it. But and so it's why I'm talking to you right now, looking straight forward, and I don't look down all day long because my neck will kill me. Right? I can't look down all day long. Kind of being aware of where your chin is and being aware of your posture, and not always looking down all the time. We just get stuck in habits. Nice and smooth over here. I mean, look at the difference, just completely smooth. This is the abused side. This is but there's no crunchy, there's no like,
Yeah.
I call it gristle or sand. The Chinese kind of call it gua sha, which sha means like sand underneath the skin, like there's grit. And if I'm going too hard, please let me know. I'm a very greedy chiropractor, or if I'm going too light, you can let me know, but I'm going to try to, today's a King and I visit. I call it getting to know you, getting to know all about it. You have any recollection? No idea? I mean, who knows?
No, I don't know
who did this?
Other than,
any older siblings?
I've never been in a car crash.
Older siblings, brothers?
I have. I mean, I was really active when I was younger. I don't know. I'm not really sure what.
Ride horses?
What happened? A little bit. There was a short period where I had a horse, but not very long.
Okay. My wife's behind the camera. She loves horses. My wife's behind the camera going, "Don't you say anything about the horses. It wasn't the horse, Ed."
Yeah.
You owned a horse?
Yeah, I owned a horse for probably a couple of years,
well,
but it was not well behaved, so I didn't actually ride that much.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Gotcha. That's probably smart.
I don't know. It could have been a lot of things.
Okay.
I used to climb trees a lot. I was outdoors a lot,
I got you.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever happened, we'll see it in a second when I gua sha you. All this is going to come out on this right side. Your neck just doesn't like traveling over here. You okay? You okay?
Yep.
All right. There you go. There you go. Here's home. So everybody at home can see the injury. There it is. I'll take a picture of it in a second, but I'm not going that hard, am I? Right? It's just
No, you're fine.
It's pretty light pressure, and it comes out pretty quickly. This is the lactic acid. The tightness has trapped circulation. It doesn't allow good perfusion of the tissue. So what we call cellular exhaust, lactic acid starts to accumulate in the tissue. That makes it uncomfortable, and again, that's why your head tilts to the left. And you're not really aware of it until I put pressure on it and compress it. The sensors are all in the joints, and so when you decompress the joint, you just don't feel it anymore. But there's the injury. That's making your head tilt left, and that's what's dropping the right shoulder, making your left shoulder look higher, but it's really a neck injury that gives the appearance of a shoulder imbalance.
Oh, yep.
That's an injury.
Right.
That is all. That's that. And that essentially makes your head go to the other side. And we have to work on that right side.
Yeah.
There we go. Real gentle. There we go. I'm not saying the left side's any happier either. There's definitely stuff on the left here, but. There you go. So there's three components we call the thoracic outlet, which is a funnel that all the nerves that leave your lower neck, called the brachial plexus, have to travel through. The first component we address by adjusting your neck. The bone in the neck will go towards the back side, or we call posterior, and by adjusting your neck and getting the curve in your neck, we bring that bone back into the right place, and that opens up the channel a little bit. The part below that is the first rib. So the first rib in your upper back will elevate, and that makes the channel a little bit narrower that the nerves travel through. And so what are you doing to my back right now? I'm trying to push down this channel. I'm trying to push down the upper ribs. Third component is the tissue that the nerve travels through. If the tissue is all bruised and sore, then the nerves are irritated because of what they're laying in. So the rib below, the bone above, and then the actual tissue that the nerves are sitting in. But this is a term that's thrown around commonly. Thoracic outlet syndrome is a word you'll hear. And that has to do with this lower neck, bottleneck, being constricted, pressured, inflamed. Right there. Yeah, notice this is all right. This didn't exist on your right side. Feel all this?
Uh-huh.
All the ribs are elevated. This is part of also why you're pinching that left side.
Yeah.
The right is more normal. This is all these ribs are elevated. You almost can hear it. I'm not sure.
Is this the part where you're using your elbow?
Yes.
Okay. I was like, yeah, what is that?
What is that thing on my back? This is the people's elbow. Yes, actually, the people's elbow. Yeah. But that doesn't exist over here, right?
No, not as much. No.
Yeah. This.
Yeah.
Whatever you want to call that, it's an elevated rib, but it's ultimately, again, this is a domino effect of that right side of your neck injury. That feels lovely, Ed. Okay. Push all that down. Another little click in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, right there. So where the mark comes up quickly tells me how much is inside, right? Sometimes I can gua sha, for a couple minutes to make a mark, and sometimes I only have to gua sha for 5 seconds. And the difference is how much is there. The faster the mark appears, the more lactic acid is in the tissue.
Is it making a mark?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, yeah. It's purple from here.
Oh,
This whole section is. The mark is never normal. There's something there that's trapped. Normal visit with any patient that's been here for 5, 6, 7, 8 visits, I can't make a mark on them if I tried. Right here, you can just. We have to have the rib cage to protect our organs, but the downside to having the rib cage is that this area gets tight, right? We had to have the protection. Of our organs, but the ribs connect to the front and stabilize and stiffen our chest, and the mobility is what washes the tissue. And then because of our lives and sitting and driving and holding children, you immobilize your chest. And so most of activities and work don't really encourage chest looseness. You're better if your chest is tight. You can hold a kid for longer if you lock your chest. And so we're seeing the evidence of the years of tightness that have accrued in here. Okay.
That one really broke.
Yeah. Okay. And that's what they called the Shaw. The Shaw kind of has a sand feeling, a graininess underneath the skin. You can kind of feel right there. That's what we're trying to wash out of here. nobody's done any type of soft tissue work like this on you before. Nobody,
No.
no rubbing your back. Yeah, I'm
No.
sorry. See, I grew up as a chiro kid. I'm a homeschooled chiro kid. I thought everybody had this type of care.
Oh.
You know, my dad was a chiropractor. Is a chiropractor, still works, and you know, I just taken for granted the fact that I've had this type of care my whole life, and then it creates the conversation of, Ed, I feel like you rubbed one side longer than the other side. And the answer is correct, because there was more here. You'll see me lingering and staying in the areas where there's more buildup. Well, it's got to be tough. I'm sorry. Yeah, I know. I feel it. There. When we're sitting, we can. I like to show you some things. When you're sitting, we can place things here to prevent this from building up so quickly. So, even a rolled up towel, or they make lumbar supports. But the idea is to put pressure right up here to prevent the slouch.
Yeah.
It's the slouching forward that feeds this. I'll try to show you some stuff. I kind of like sitting backwards on a chair, or at the very least having a variety of positions to sit in. We're never locked into one position the entire time we're sitting. We can kind of, the Varidesk they have, to be able to stand. That's not a bad thing also, to have some variety. But yeah, that's all gotta be. My dad was adjusting people in the pews of the church.
Oh.
Or anywhere. I think I'm definitely much more mild than my father in terms of not like subjecting my family. Oh, Dad, come on, Dad, not everybody. Yeah, I'm going back to the left side, I know, because this side's not too bad, and then, oh my gosh, that right there. Going back to it. I want to level it. I want to balance it first, and then we work on both sides evenly. So I'll work on this right side a little bit, but I'm definitely going to go back to the left, because this is already like a drawer. The side's already in, and this is crooked. This is sticking out right there. So this needs more attention for a couple of visits to level the drawer, and then we take it evenly, pushing the drawer in. Never really noticed this before here. Never. Not so much.
Not a good spot.
Yeah, not until I pushed on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's typical. But, oh, I like when you rub the right side of my back. It feels good over here. Not that guy. There's just like a latent tightness in your back that really, this should be soft in here. And it's just, that's part of what, as we get the curve back in your back, that will reduce. You're not going to have sometimes people just feel tension all the time. And it's like, yeah, the alignment's not correct. We got to bring your spine back to the right alignment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Right there. I got you. Real gentle. Keep that forehead to forearm contact. I'm going to take a deep breath in. We're going to bring you up. I'm going to stretch. We're going to relax your chest. Relax. There you go. There you go. Breathe. You okay? Breathe for me. Here we go. Exhale. Coming up. Here we go. There you go. You all right?
Mm-hmm. I felt that.
Yeah.
Oh, by my leg right here.
On the front?
Right here, yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, I felt it back here. But I put your arms down for me? Yeah. Breathe. There we go. I know. That felt great, Ed. Get the idea, this has to all go in. You're way too tight in this middle back area. You did great, though. Right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. If you can sometimes you're blinded by the lights, but that's your upper back.
Mm-hmm.
This is all that lactic acid we got to get out of there. But the idea of that last adjustment is that we have to try to arch you back.
Okay.
This all has to be compressible. We can't get the head back until the chest comes in. And so in a minute, we're going to stretch and hold you and arch you back. Beautiful. Oh, nice toes. I got you. Here you go. You did not do ballet, I can tell. Yeah, because if all the weight was on your toes, they would not move like that.
Yeah.
They'd be all jammed. There we go. Easy. There you go. Good. All right, maybe go face down again. All right. I should have said no.
Oh yeah, and sometimes I do have problems with that, whatever
Yep.
that's called there.
SI joint here.
Yeah. I have a massage ball roller thing that I use at home sometimes. For
You want to, if you can get it right in here on the side of the joint, that's you won't really need to if we just do a handful of those side posture adjustments, this joint will start to move for you.
Okay.
That's part of why I put you on your side and I rotated you. I was checking if this joint works, and this side it moved decent. Your right one was didn't like me so much. 30 years old, it shouldn't usually take too long to get. Sitting locks this joint. We lose all the members of our team. We work on a skeleton crew, and right in there is where you're trying to loosen the top of the joint, right in here. It's just a hard angle. You got to come in it's almost lateral. It's almost 45-degree angle. If you just come from the back, see it's a wrong angle. It's got to almost be from the side because the joint is slanted. And you're going to press back with your elbow a little bit into my elbow. There you go. So press into your side a little bit and then press back. There you go. Good. Have you had your ears adjusted before? Nobody's no ear adjustments? Okay.
I don't think so.
You can relax your arms. There you go. Just look straight forward. I got you. There we go. We're going to have you tilt your head to the left for me a little bit. Tilt left. So you're going to take your left ear and you're going to sort of tilt it to that side. Keep your head straight for a second. Go ahead and tilt your head left. Okay, good. There we go. And then go ahead and tilt your head to the left. Okay, good. It's okay. Sometimes you get little releases in there, sometimes not so much. Just see if we can. All right, go ahead and tilt to the right. A little bit. And then go ahead and tilt your head to the right for me. Okay, it's okay. All right, come with me right over here. That makes sense. You even turn your head just a little bit to the right to compress the right side. And sometimes I'll take my hand and I'll put it on my forehead to press, and that makes sense, get your neck to become curved. It isn't used to being there, so just 5 seconds or so, you just press, and then you put your hand back down your belly. But the first dozen times you do this, the neck doesn't want to sink in. So you have to give it a little bit of assistance to get it to press into the mold, and then see if it'll stay there. Roll up a little bit more, keep rolling, keep coming towards me. There we go, it'll roll, there you go. Get the idea? And you bring that lower. Put the arm to the side. There you go. You got to stretch those shoulders to the side. That's that stiffness that's in there that we're jumping the gun with this guy. I would not recommend this for at least a few weeks, but I wanted to preview this.
Okay.
This is the lumbar dental roll. Let me get the bigger one. I'll show you myself. In this area, it does have to open up. The whole chest has to open up. And like I said, I'm trying to show you with the arms, all of this has to be no tension in your chest. If you could do this easily, you would need to be here, okay?
Right.
And I would just give you the devices they see next year. The purpose of the table is to make this journey not so difficult. This is the bar. This is where your teeth belong, and they're crooked, so there's a disparity between where you are and where you need to be. If you had rods in your back or surgery, I'm going to shut up. But nothing's been done to your spine. Everything God gave you is there. Your back should bend.
Hang on. Not ready.
You understand your back. That's what I was trying to do to you when you were laying face down. And you're like, no, I don't think so. I'm 39, and you have progesterone. I don't. And you're saying you should be more limber than me. But I had a chiropractor as a father. But my point is that your back should be supple. right?
Yeah.
Your back should be like butter in here.
Mhm.
Just real quick, how about you just turn your neck left and right? How's that feeling now? Let me, at least give me, how's that feel? Any pain? You feeling good?
No. Yeah.
It's nice and limber.
Yeah. It's easier, a little easier to turn it.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for dropping in. Very good. All right. Thank you.
You do.